Qué rollo, quiero mandar un saludo a mi amigo Goodfella de parte de tu amigo Jaime Munguía. Un abrazo, carnal. Ánimo.
All right, man. Gary Russell dominates Victor Postol to a questionable 10th round stoppage. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon. But now, um, um, in my opinion, they had this fight close. Like at the 6 rounds, they started giving like Postol some rounds. Postol, like I said before, to me, he was getting blew out. Straight up and out. That's just how I see now. Now blew out. There were some competitive rounds in the middle, but there was some competitive rounds in the middle. But just Gary Russell was just points wise was dominating, bro. Even the rounds they was far hood and they was trying to go for Victor Postol. Everything that happened over there in the Ukraine. Even some of the rounds they was trying to give him, bro. You know, Russell was taking the play away. Russell landed the more clean, effective shots. And even when Postal landed some shots, bro, like Russell would answer right back when an effective or a more effective with equal shot. And check out the fight reaction playlist for more videos like that. And that's what it was. Russell, did he had to go through some growing pains? Absolutely. This wasn't a blowout in the sense of just wasn't competitive because, Victor Postal didn't deserve to get stopped. I say that he deserved to finish on the shield. That was a BS stoppage. But he lost. And Russell, from a point standpoint, that fight wasn't competitive. Now, from a step in fight and for how you step into the top 15 contenders, because he is not ranked in the top 15 in the top 40. And some of the more dangerous fighters in that division aren't ranked in the top, 15. We're high in the top 10. You look at guys like Catterall, most people thought won today. I seen some of the fight. I thought he won just from looking at it. I had to go. Birthday dinner. Montana Love is 10. Brandon Lee is 9. Seem to be dangerous. See what happened with Robert Easter Jr. after getting shot. Dangerous. Just look at some of the guys, man. Catterall proved himself today. Dangerous. Regis Progress is pretty high on there. Barbosa, Gitti, Efima Lopez. Next is sound like Pedraza is pretty dangerous guy. Background Agdamadov who fought Barrios. Most people thought he won. Sandor Martin is in the mix at 40 and 47. So Sabrina Matisse is dangerous. So like I said, this is a very dangerous division. But Russell showed today that he showed a lot of IQ, man, and Victor Postles made him show that IQ. And he didn't have his father in his corner, but damn shit, if it's a close second, bro, it's Gary Russell Jr., bro, because before the last round, the 10th for the final round, people said it was a 10 round fight. This kid ain't been. He averaged 2.9 rounds, a fight, so he ain't been past 6. So the 10 rounds was to favor him, not Victor Poston. Plus, Victor Poston been off 18 months too. So before the 12 round, Gary Russell told him like, bro, start throwing the right hook. He was falling in love with the straight left versus southpaw, but the right hook, Victor Postal was giving him the right hook, and the right hook was working throughout the fight. He just chose the straight left hand because that's what you do versus southpaw. But versus the orthodox fighter, if you're southpaw, the right hook was there too. Once he started throwing the right hook, he started doing damage. You know what I'm saying? Postal was able to take those left hands. He took a lot of left hands that pushed his head all the way back. He fought a lot of heart, and Crawford dropped him like 2 times. And I don't know who the other guys who dropped him. I think he got dropped over in the Ukraine after coming back versus the Crawford fight. And I'm not sure who was the other guy to drop him. So Crawford dropped him twice. Him coming back after the Crawford fight, he was dropped in the Ukraine. So that's 3 of his 4 times he been dropped. And like I said before, he didn't hit the canvas. He didn't deserve to get stopped in this fight. You know what I'm saying? But Russell was worse early on, first 6-7 rounds. He really shoe shine to the body. I wouldn't even call it shoe shine. That was a thud into the body. And credit to Postal, his hands never dropped, bro. He kept his hands up, and his leg still was good. He was in great condition. And then when Russell did the job to the body, even though Postal took it, then he started sharp shooting upstairs with the straight left. And with that straight left, he started pushing Postal head back. The Postal landed some shots. Yeah, Postal landed some right hands. He learned some jabs there. The right hand was very dangerous. He just never put enough on the right hand to put Gary Russell off of him. And when he started keeping distance between him and Gary Russell, it was just that his footwork started to give Gary Russell a little bit of problem. And Russell made the adjustment. First it was the body shots, and then the straight left started pushing Postal back, and then he would get inside with Postal, and Postal would land an uppercut here and there. But Gary Russell kind of made an adjustment not to lean forward. He would keep everything high, tight, even the lefts and the right hooks, and he would start beating Postal. He started beating Postal to the punch with with short shots, and he took away Postal jab with some movement in the left hand. Started jabbing with Postal, started throwing the right hook, and that started taking away Postal jab. And Postal started had to look for a right hand. Now Postal looked to be way more effective when he was on the front foot, bro. When he was planning and throwing shots off the front foot, he started to have some success versus Gary Russell. But then Russell would start countering and timing him. That's what really did the trick for Russell. Russell was countering Postal. Well, Postal started having success, being aggressive with his jab and right hand. But when he started countering and timing Postal, that made Postal go and retreat. He didn't like what he was feeling, and like I said, people just look at it as a pressure fighter, and it ain't too many great pressure or good pressure fighters, solid pressure fighters around. See, Madonna, he was helping Puma. He was moving Martinez corner. He was one of the last really good pressure fighters. You look like really get inside. Not guys that just come forward. You know what I'm saying? Guys that really get inside and mix it up. I'm talking about Russell, Chocolito, just to name a few in boxing. Brian Castanos. Just to name a few. It's refreshing to see an aggressive fighter, and then he methodically broke down Postal. You know what I'm saying? He took away that jab. He started jabbing with him. Then he started the right hook. Then he started leading off with the left hand and pushing Postal head back. I mean, only adjustment I seen that Russell should have made, I would say, just start hitting the wrist, hitting the elbows, hitting the shoulder, start hitting the chest. You know what I'm saying? That's something I really think he could have did different. Conditioning was good for somebody that went 2.9 rounds. That's his average, and then only never been past the six. So wonder why it was a 6 round fight. There you go. Then they said he was a valedictorian in high school. He could have went different ways. So other than that, man, that's one thing I really could have seen him did different. Maybe learn a little hip shot that the Mexicans do to debilitate his movement. But Postal was a mover by trade. That's what he do. He's fleet of foot, and what he could have done better is just probably slowed the kid down to the body. Got a guy who go 2.9 rounds per fight. Probably should have started touching the body early on. That's pretty much what I could think of. Just start touching the body. When he start touching the body, that probably would have created hesitation for Russell eventually for him to land his jab. But he looked better going on the front foot when he was planting his feet and really generating power. He looked good, but the problem was, bro, Russell started making adjustments with his movement, his attack. People just seeing somebody coming forward, but I seen somebody who did some body work, didn't really work, for him. Then what he did, took away his jab with straight left on the jabbing with him, straight left, and then the right hook was just the icing on the cake. Had he threw that right hook earlier, probably would have been a stoppage. Honestly, had he threw that right hook a little bit earlier, but the right hook was the key. And then imagine if he started like just dropping the right hook to the body, fading and coming up top. That's why you call it a step up fight. And this is a true step up fight. A lot of these guys who about to start contending and fighting title eliminators, and some guys who fought for titles, ain't even had this tough a fight. Real talk. I remember the dude behind him, Cobra, had a fight with Jezreel Corrales that a lot of people glossed over with. That was a real tough fight. They got him. They keep getting ready for these fights that he got coming up. And Russell had a really tough fight to get into the top 15 of the sanctioning belt body. And a lot of guys, don't have that fight even after they won world titles. A lot of them guys don't have that. Now he got that fight. It's going to be better for him downhill from here and down. Like I said before, you look at the rankings, and I'll probably talk about this if I do a review on it tomorrow live. You look at the rankings, bro, and you just say, like, who will be a great fight for him next? And, man, who knows, man? Sandor Martin might be the good move for him. Just trying to stay on the PBC side. Robert Jr., he out of there. I wouldn't match him, but that'd be a good fight for him. Somebody like Jack Catterall, somebody like that, bro. That's what I believe, bro. But yeah, he a problem, but he almost, it's a top 15 win for him. He ain't been 12, so we can't say he's ready for a title. So the next objective probably keep him active and then try to get him in there, one of those guys, and then start going 12 and routinely and breaking guys down. But the talent is there, bro. And you see the IQ. You see how everything need to be tight and technical and turned over the right way. He know how to be tight. He know how to shoot the straight left. I love seeing pressure fighters, no matter what shape, color, background they come from. They're a breath of fresh air in the sport of boxing. Postal still look good physically. I think Gary Antuanne Russell did better than, Josh Taylor, in my opinion, did versus Postal and Jose Ramirez, which both of those was very close fights. And, like I said before, the boxer don't get enough credit, but tonight, the boxer didn't do enough, and he go back to the Ukraine hopefully with a great paycheck, man, and get back to his wife and twin boys. So a great fight from Gary Antuanne Russell. It's very emotional. I know some things is on Postal head, and I like to see Postal come back. He hasn't been done nowhere near dirty enough to retire. Man, he still look like he the goods, even making 140 at 40 year, almost 40, he 38, almost 40 years old. So yeah, I didn't agree with the stoppage. The stoppage was BS, big BS. The stoppage was. He decided to make it to the final bell, especially everything he going to. Yeah, he got hurt at the end, but he still had his faculties, man. He wasn't hurt enough for that to be a stoppage. So unfortunately for him, they go down to stoppage, but us fans that watch the fight know that shouldn't have been a stoppage. So it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Check the fight reaction playlist for more videos like this. Want to financially support the channel? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. You can find me everywhere on social media. I'm doing content or just there. Hit the link tree link in the description. You can find me on Spotify and Goodfella TV podcast. Other than that, appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you think in the comment section.